All right, let's look at the week one's NCSS challenge, intermediate level. At this stage, what you will be reviewing is a for loop, decision, numeric comparisons, and other conditions, defining and calling functions. So basically, this is all done. Then it's just defining calling functions. We need to review that. And also the new things you will be learning, making interesting decisions with strings, represent decimal numbers with the float data type, round decimal numbers and convert data types, and visualize an algorithm using a flowchart. So this bit is actually very helpful for your assessment task. Now, what I'll normally do is I'll actually go through all this, and give you my think of the answer of the question, but not answering the question. All right, let's go with it. So answer, here is you create a variable. Answer is equal to ask for user input. Are you ready? Yes or no. So if the answer, this variable is equal to string user entered yes, then you're going to print let's get started. Otherwise, if user didn't enter anything or any other thing, that you can do it. Okay? All you got to do is run the code. If you do no, right, says you can do it. But if you run this again, just go question mark, it still says you can do it. Okay? That's the beauty of else. So once you've done that, go to the next one. Let's take a quick look at some of fundamental concepts. So these things talks about what is a string. When you have a quotation mark, when it's in green, it's a string. What's an input? It is a program takes information from the user. We call it its input, and the input function prompts user to enter text. So when we run this, that bit asks the question, but whatever you've entered is your input. A variable is applied for storing information. In the code above, this word is a variable. It stores in input from the user as a string. An output was when a program displays information to user, we call it output. So print function shows a string message as output. So let's play this one. Enter a word rhymes it with free. Don't know which one. Lee. Now a short point, Lee free. Things like that. Okay, you can see that's your input. Whatever I entered, whatever has been previously determined. So that's the basics. F strings. Now this is something interesting. We can create a more flexible message using format strings, or F strings for short. With an F string, we can put information we stored in a variable into a string like this. So fruit is equal to input, whatever that is, and then print F. Right, the F in front of the string is very important. It tells Python that it is an F string. The curly brackets around that tells Python the content of fruit variable in that spot. Whatever the content of that fruit variable or the value, right, of that fruit variable is going to be replacing this fruit here. So it is important when you see a yellow box, right? It will be good if you copy it and paste it into a Google document or copy it somewhere. It becomes your cheat sheet, so you don't have to go back and forth looking for what you've been shown before. Okay, what is your favorite fruit? We'll just go apple. It is print apple. Previously, what you do is what would you like to sum, and then you're going to need have a quotation mark and then plus a fruit variable plus and all that. But now it takes less time. You can put small snippets of code inside the curly brackets, not just variables. Okay. So the length of juice is 5. Okay, you're creating a sentence. F string word is that. Okay. Previously, previously, what do you need to do is, if you want to print, if I get rid of this F, then when I print it, if I go Apple, it just prints that. So previously, what I need to do this, and then this again. If I do that, it says not invalid index. So I need to add that, and then add that, and then apply it. Right, some apple juice. So this way, F string actually saves a lot of typing. This is something really nice for Python. Okay, that's why I want to quickly do a demonstration here. This is the old method, and that's the new method. Can you see the difference? Right, next one. String index. Excuse me. Indexing lets user to reference individual characters in a string. So if you create a variable called dog and its name is says Rex, so the first letter is, if you do a square brackets, the index is always the rex, the first one, the position of the first one is always starts with 0, and the last index is always -1. Here how we can see the index of that. So if we print it, that will print capital R, that will print X. It didn't, because there's no such thing as 3. So if we change that to a 2, it'll print R and X. Okay? This is important to understand, because the index starts from 0, that's the first letter. Which index will give you the last character? There's more than one, so it can be that and that. Oh, sorry, and that, my bad. Try and change the index of dog to negative, run the program again. So instead of that, we're going to do -1. We're printing the last one. It's the same thing. Okay? So have a go at this, so you will have better understanding of how it works. Don't rush it. Please do not rush these things. Now, lower and uppercase. Excuse me, sorry. My throat is not that perfect. We can make all characters in a string either uppercase or lowercase. So louder is equal to loud, which is that variable. Make it upper. So print loud and louder. So everything is lowercase. The other one is uppercase. Same way, what if we want to tone things down instead? So we can use, in this case, which is quiet. Same variable, just go lower case, right? Lower case, we'll just go like that. That's it. That's all we got to do. Very easy. Lower and upper. It will be good. Remember, things like this, it will be good if you copy them into a cheat sheet. You'll understand. If you copy this example, that will be better. It shows you how it works. For loops, I've gone through that before. Just quickly, if you want to print that, run the code, and the code fewer lines. So for any letter in SIME, just print each letter. So which one of the following is an iterable? Something we can treat one item at a time. There's more than one answer here. For a string, for a number and for a range. So that and that. These two can be treated. Alright. Let's go next. Range. For indexing range 3. Now, again, range starts from 0. Range starts from 0. So when you print it, it goes to 0, 1, 2. Range 3 means 1, 2, 3. Okay? Range starts from 0. Range start at 0, goes up to 1 less than the argument you give it. Okay? Replace print index, print high, run the program again. So H-E-Y. I think this is what they meant. Oops, don't want to do that. I want to run. Okay, prints hey 3 times. You see it? It prints that how many times? This is a very good example. I've done that. Run the code above. Run the code this. Yep, that's that. Now this bit, last bit. Okay, this is what I want to do. First thing is I want to input a word, and then I want to print it. I want to print. So basically, my take is step number 1 is okay. Get the word. Step number 2, I create a variable called L, stands for lower, is equal to that word, and get that word and make it equal to, say, W, for example. L equals W dot lower, and then same thing, I'm going to do upper, which is I'll use capital U is equal to word dot lower, not dot upper. Right, I've done that. Now I have these 3 things. Then here I need to print every single letter from which one? From the lower, from the upper? From the upper, because it's capitalized. So I need to go back and look at this. Look at this example, right? I'm going to copy this one. Okay. Then I'm going to paste it here. And it's just going to do that. Now, so the way it should be is, so for letter in, not in same, in, it should be letter in upper, capital U, I'm going to print it. Right? Print that, and then after this, I need to print the lowercase. How do I print the lowercase? Easy. Just to print the lowercase letter, just go L. That's it. Okay. So if you need more help, click on, more tips. Okay, did you use input? Right, I've got a for loop. I've got that. So here I don't have input. So if I just do a line, even though I haven't done the code, I just go input. Right. So it should be something there by now. All right, I've ticked all that. So it's okay, you understand what this is, right? So what I've done here, basically, if you look at this, should ask the user to input a word, step number 1. Then print uppercase letters using pull down by gravity, which is, printing pull down by gravity. That's exactly what you're looking at here, something like that. So that's what that example is for. All right, so that covers 1.1 question 1.